Welcome back to episode 11 of The Perplexing Perspective. I know we said we were going to be on time last episode. We lied. Sorry. As you can see, I unfortunately did have to trade White Boys. We have a new one here today. We're going to see how he works out. For anybody that wants to know, Max unfortunately went to...
He's locked outside. Did you have the whole thing?
Yeah, well, he's technically outside, but he did go to Egypt to enter the little people trade up there, just smuggling little people across the border through pyramids.
That's not him in a cage outside?
No. That's your backup, just in case you decide to run off and join a illegal trafficking ring that includes little people.
In Egypt.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Freedom for little people. Max is sick. He's caught something. I know I sound sick, but we're good to go. We're here. I got my tea. I got tissues off camera. Bitch, I'm in your hood sipping tea. What the fuck is... Do you know that X song? What? Oh, okay.
I'm also sick, but in like an entirely different fashion.
Oh, like mentally or...
Yeah. Just cool.
Yeah. So for... excuse me, I'm going to be doing this a lot. But for anybody that missed Tyler's episode, the audio sucked, so we decided to give him a redo now that Max is out smuggling small people. But yeah, Tyler, how are we? How are we doing?
Dude, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Everything in life is peachy, pleasant, perfect, even.
Did you have that planned?
No.
Jesus. Okay.
No,
what did you say? Peachy, pleasant?
Peachy, pleasant, perfect, even.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome.
No, I'm doing great. Just this last weekend, I did a little camping trip with my girlfriend, Lindsay. It was a blast. The Tetons and Yellowstone, fish and whatnot. Yeah, life's pretty peak. Can't lie.
Can you stop using P words? I know we have...
Probably.
We have a pop filter. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Pow!
Pow!
I've been pretty peak as a person.
We do still have Gus, Mr. Producer, in the building. Yeah, luckily we have that pot filter.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So we're you guys just camping trip?
Camping, fishing, hiking, swimming, frolicking. Quite a lot of frolicking, actually.
Quite a bit of frolicking?
Yeah.
It's always good to frolic.
Yeah.
It's good for the mental health.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm healed. Yeah. All the trauma of my past childhood is gone out the window.
Awesome.
Just from frolicking.
Great.
Yeah. How are you?
I had an unexpectedly crazy, awesome weekend.
Mm-hmm.
At first, because you and Max were going to be out of town, then I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Gonna be at home, chill out, sleep, just vibe. And then we woke up Saturday and went, let's ball out. And so we went to Townsend, got the table for the music corner, and then ended up spending 4 hours in a random dive bar playing pool.
That rules.
And just had an amazing weekend. And got to know Keaton better, and then talked to Keaton about how I wanted to get into doing the drums. Mm-hmm. Just came out of nowhere. And then me and Keaton went to the Molly and then watched all the UFC fights and ran the table the entire time. We had random people come up to us and be like, "You guys want to play doubles?" We're like, "Sure, but we're just casuals." And then Keaton hit this crazy 3-wall shot into a corner pocket. And they were like, "Casual's my ass." I was just like, little do they know, legitimately casual.
I feel like there's something so special about two dudes going to a bar with the only intent of playing pool.
And watching UFC.
Yeah, right. And same with just small town Montana. If you're in small town Montana and you walk into a bar and there's a pool table, play pool.
Yeah.
That should be a common thing.
Yeah. You should just do that more often. Go to smaller bars, smaller places, and just see what they about one weekend.
Well, I was with Keen and Theo. We were hunting last season, and we were up in Whitesall, Montana, or White Sulphur, sorry. And we just walked into a bar midday because hunting was just ass. We're like, all right, let's go to a bar and play pool. We walked in, and there was like 5 other hunting groups doing the exact same thing. And it was awesome.
Just everybody defeated.
Everyone's in full camo, covered in fucking dirt and grime, and just pissed. But we're playing pool, drinking beer, so...
What is there really to be mad about?
Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah, why were the hunters mad? They just had a whole day outside, bro. You know?
But they couldn't find it.
Yeah,
they were there to shoot something, and there was nothing
There
to
were
shoot.
no animals. Everyone was up at 4 a.m. really excited, and then it like, just got fucking warm in the middle of October.
Yeah, it's not about the journey. It's about the friends you make along the way.
No, it's about shooting a fucking elk.
It's 100% about the journey. It's 100% about the destination of shooting an elk.
Yeah, but I will say, like, with hunting in particular, like, the experience is definitely added to it.
Hell
and
yeah.
of course, I'm saying that having never shot an elk, so it's like, yeah,
Right.
man, the experience is awesome.
Also,
I don't know
never
what it is
scoping
inside.
in an elk. Never, like, seeing one when you were supposed
I
to.
heard like 3.
Never actually, like, seeing anything I was hunting, but,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Not knowing shit about fuck, but still having fun.
Just go. Honestly, I feel like your hunting experience was going outside with a gun, hoping to accidentally run into something.
Oh, I took my gun for a walk on untrailed terrain. Yeah.
Right.
It was on a leash and everything. I had my sling over my shoulder, you know? It was just, oh, come on, little 7 mil, let's go.
That's hilarious. But yeah, God, I gotta go out with you one day.
Oh, we'll go.
Because I know it will be going out to hunting, but knowing my beginner's luck, we'll see something. And I'll shoot something.
I'll shoot you.
If I like walk out my first day, 2 hours in, pop it on.
Yeah, I'll shoot you.
Just be like, Julian, look at that pretty tree over there.
Smile for the camera. Oh wait, we bring our phones? No.
What's like the high school or middle school book or whatever where it's like I'm gonna tend to the chickens or whatever or you know what I'm talking about?
What?
It's
Where is that? What are you talking
What
about?
it's
did
like
you
a
just
big
pull?
like half mentally handicapped dude.
Of Mice and Men.
Yes, of Mice and Men.
Yeah, where he
He's
shoots
like-
him at the end.
yes,
Because
yes.
he's
Yes.
too disabled and violent
Yeah.
to function.
You'll
as
be
a
the
normal
big disabled guy that killed the chicken or killed the
Yeah.
dog and then accidentally killed the child, and I have to put you down.
Yeah.
Okay, I want y'all to understand, as someone that's never read,
The rabbits.
seen, or
Yeah,
anything,
tend to the rabbits, Julian. Tend to the rabbits.
as someone that's never seen or heard of this,
Really?
never.
How have you never heard of Mice and Men?
That's
This is
Southern education for you.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir.
Wait, have you never heard of Mice and Men? I feel like Of Mice and Men is like quintessential
Right.
literature for.
Would you be like To
program.
Kill a Mockingbird, Mice
They're
and
like
Men?
there's arguably like
Oh,
To
really?
Kill a Mockingbird,
Yeah.
Mice and Men, Great Gatsby, like
Really?
It's been
Yeah.
like it's also been like parodied so much too. Like I feel like you'd have to
I
catch
wonder
a
how many
reference
parodies I've
somewhere.
watched and just not got the reference and just
oh,
been like,
this is funny.
yeah, no, not a clue. I'm trying to pull, and I don't have the best memory. Short term, long term, I'm really good. I don't think we ever read it. If you were ever in my class, also language arts was my worst subject
Oh, that's fair.
because I just can't write congruently. I have a lot of great ideas,
Right.
but then I put them down in one sentence.
It's just like
You get what I mean? I can't fluff up or build up to the idea. I'm just like, here's an idea, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. Period.
yeah, you don't believe in all that introduction.
Yeah. You don't need to know who I am. You don't need to know what I represent. What you need to know is I have ideas.
There are no direct quotes. It's just straight into commentary.
Yeah, literally. It's just like, here's my opinion on what. Just my opinion.
Just cite yourself.
Yeah, reference me. If you got
I
power with
wish-
that, find me.
I wish we had ChatGPT in high school. It would have made life so much easier, dude. Like I don't use it in college ever now, but like I would have totally ripped it for a high school assignment.
Just in
I'm
case
like,
Myad
I don't
is
give a
listening,
fuck.
I never use ChatGPT.
No, I swear on everything. Like they can go through every essay and they will not find one bit of AI in any of those essays. I would have totally ripped that shit in high school. I would have used ChatGPT all the time in high school.
I'll say this, and I feel like it might be like not controversial, but of the minority. I would never have used ChatGPT because we didn't have it really in college. It like really blew up like our last semester, 2 semesters of college.
I think honestly, I was out. Like I graduated, and everybody was like, "Dude, ChatGPT," and I was like,
Right?
Great.
I used it like twice to write code for me.
Fair. But that's code.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't want to fucking write code. But I don't think I'd actually use it. Like,
I think I would use it for like a super tedious task. Like if it's like reorganize your sources. Oh, I used I don't even think this is AI, but you know, like the Owl Purdue.
Oh, Purdue Owl, yeah.
Yeah, for references and stuff like that. That's not technically AI,
No,
but like that's tedious. Like
Yeah.
I know to put put them in A B C D whatever. I just don't feel like doing that. So
no, but nowadays, like people in high school, they're children in high school, they'll like put in like, hey, write a 5-page essay on Of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Give it a controversial tone. Blah 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 blah. And it just spits out a whole essay for them. Like,
but now there's trackers to track the AI.
Yeah,
right. But we're actually, that's funny. We were talking about this at work. We all took stuff that we've written. Like me and my coworkers at work, we took stuff that we've written and put it into that tracker.
Yeah.
And none of us used any AI, and it detected like 50% for me, and detected 90% for another person. Yeah.
Oh, so it's
useless. Pretty much. It's because AI, it takes it like its source is the internet. So it's like if you've ever written anything and it's on the internet, the AI can pull that and use that. So it's like it's constantly leveling up and becoming more and more undecipherable. There's still like keys to dial in on, but
ChatGPT, kids were for a while typing and make sure that this avoids all AI detectors. Now, if you type that in, it won't give you a response.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah. So ChatGPT cut down on that. Now there's other ones of ChatGPT,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you got?
How did we get into AI? That's crazy. All right, no.
Because we were talking about high school literature, and I was like,
right.
Yo, I would totally, if I was back in high school, I would cheat on all of my high school assignments. They're the most useless assignments ever.
We went from being in a small town bar in Montana to hunting to putting Julian down to Mice and Men to Wow, that was good. Nice little chugga choo choo moment.
So when you said that, so when you said that frolicking healed you, it didn't heal you of ADHD.
No, never.
Oh, okay, cool. Sounds great.
No, it actually made it worse.
Oh, okay, fair.
I've been severely struggling since coming back on Sunday of actually like molding back into society.
Being back into the cog in the wheel of waking up, going to work.
Yeah.
Going home from work.
Yeah. Like I'm doing it all, but it's just like I'm not actually doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I was driving home from work today, and I like snapped into reality. And I was like,
I did that this morning going to work. Drove into work, pulled into the parking lot, and someone parked in my usual spot. We're blue collar. No one has a parking spot.
Right.
But like parked in my usual spot. I went, holy shit! It's not yesterday. Oh my god! This is a new day. Like you get what I mean? Like it was like one of those. Oh my! Breathe.
Morphed.
Yeah, it's one of those. Breathe.
Yeah.
Like,
I went on a run today, and it was just like, all right, just take a moment to think of everything that's going on in your life. Really, really internalize it. Stop fucking just drifting. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh wait, yeah, no, I've just been tripping.
Yeah.
So I'm good now. But no, the ADHD thing. Back to that. No, that's not healed.
Not at all. But what I did have for you, California native. Gotta ask.
Yeah.
So one thing I am gonna ask to avoid politics. I don't care.
We can go into it. I don't mind.
No, I don't want to do it.
Okay.
Because I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
In all honesty, clean slate, try again. But that's my personal opinion as of right now. But what I will say, LA riots.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a bunch of trucks with American flags driving in a line on a highway to LA. What, California native, what is your opinion on this? Okay, so LA riots.
Right.
ICE.
Trucks or
ICE, deportation, all of that.
Yeah.
You don't have to give me what's your policy on immigration, but like you don't have to break down that. But like that whole situation where we have another situation where people are rioting. It's got to the point where we got Marines in Los Angeles.
I will say
now we got rednecks coming to help the cause.
Yeah.
And I don't mean rednecks derogatory. I'm Southern. duct tape fixes everything. I like redneck's not derogatory.
I'd say I'm a redneck.
Yeah,
I'm a redneck who likes brown people. Like,
hell yeah. You know what? And I'm a brown redneck. How about that? How about that? All right. But yeah, so I don't mean it derogatory or anything like that. I'm not trying to pick a side and say anybody's necessarily wrong, but like, how does that make you feel?
I mean, like obviously, we're not in California.
Right.
I'm not at these protests.
Right.
I'm not experiencing it firsthand.
Agreed.
But I've taken a lot of information in on it over the last few days because I didn't know I was.
Because you're actively on Twitter.
Yeah.
So you see a lot more. All I
Twitter
saw.
and like then I'll like actually like I'll go out and like I'll read a Fox News article. I'll read this news article. Like I try to get.
So you support Fox News heavily.
No.
Oh, okay. So
Fox
you
News
donate your
watcher.
subscriber. You got a membership?
No.
No, I'm just trying to get you on something. I'm just trying.
No, I try to get as many like perspectives on something as possible. So it's like you often find yourself in an echo chamber where everything you hear is of the same perspective.
Right.
How perplexing.
Name
There's a
drop.
perplexing
Name drop.
but no, so I've been reading up on it a bit, and from what I've gathered, it started off as just protesting, you know, just
right.
Hey, we don't fuck with ICE going in and essentially kidnapping some citizens,
Fair,
non-citizens, this, that, and the other.
So it's confirmed that they have been grabbing like full-blown U.S. citizens.
The protest mostly started because what I've heard, they were just sitting outside of like elementary schools, and they were going in for the children. They were waiting for the parents to pick them up. They've been going to like Home Depot and picking up Hispanic people who are in the Home Depot parking lot. You know,
I'm not trying to make light of this situation at all. What's funny is funny.
They are doing their job where they're getting the criminals, right? Like actual proven criminals. They're taking them and they're deporting them.
Right.
But it's over the last 6 months or whatever, it's gotten to the point where, you know, you got these people coming up in no uniforms, or if they're in uniforms, there's no badge numbers, no IDs, anything, unmarked vehicles. They're coming in. They're taking people off the streets. Like, do
they have the authority for this?
That's kind of like the gray area. Like, no, but no one's really stopping them. As far as politicians are concerned, so that's why these protests started with like, yo, we're not fucking with this, and it's also not just in LA. There's been going on.
Don't be grabbing people off the street,
right?
Especially
there
are big citizens.
There are big protests in Austin going on at the same time as ones in LA. They've been countrywide, but LA got the brunt of it because.
It turned into a riot.
LA has a larger population than
47.5%.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw that statistic. If I'm wrong, I'm not.
And like again, I wasn't there, but what I've seen is it started off peaceful protesting,
right?
And then police got involved, you know, as they do because it's protest. You want to protect people. You want to protect
protesters and people that mess up protesters.
Yeah. And then I feel like. As things happen when police get involved, it escalated. Because when you bring a large police force into a presence of protesters, there's fear that comes upon them.
100%.
One person acts out on fear, everyone else thinks, oh my god, we're all acting out on fear, and then
that whole, what is it, mob mentality?
Exactly.
Yeah. All it takes is one person. There was actually a study where some people were protesting. First of all, I think it was hilarious that they got people to protest nothing.
Right.
Like it wasn't a real thing. Yeah. But they got people to come out to a protest. Which is so funny because I do love and hate that some people are just always looking for a cause. Which is great. Go support something.
Know the cause.
But know what you're doing. But they did this study and they did that and they had one person, it was a group of 300 protesters. Police got involved. Police knew what was happening.
Right.
And this guy tripped and shoved the police officer. All 300 people started assaulting police officers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's how, especially when, as soon as police come out, there's a
Right.
fear. On both
Right.
sides. Police are scared because people
'Cause
crash
they know
out.
the mob mentality.
They know the mob mentality. The mob is scared because police.
Yeah.
Because
It's an
in this-
authoritative figure,
yeah.
and you have weapons on them.
in this country, we have not always been the nicest to protesters. I'll just be honest. And so, there's all this is fear, and all this it takes is like, someone like tosses a pebble in the wrong direction.
Right.
And then all out war
Right.
breaks out.
I think in this instance, like, it's fucked up that it's gotten to the point of protesting because...
Yes.
I mean, like, historically, with the Biden administration, even back to the Obama administration, ICE has been getting more and more funding, and they've been deporting more and more people.
Bill Clinton
But it
has
hasn't...
deported 6 times as
Right.
many people as Trump has.
But it hasn't been
I think.
picking people up off the streets,
Right.
sending them to gulags. It's been,
Yeah.
hey, we know you've committed these crimes. We know you've committed these crimes in this other country. We can't have criminals here, and
Right.
they'll go through a court process. Get
Well, they've always
But-
had the cages, and there's always been families.
Right,
and
but
always
there's been more of a process to it than just yoink toss, you know.
Fair.
And,
And I
and
wonder-
it's been a big thing of yoink toss, and it also...
So you said yoink toss as if
Yeah, I
it's like
should have said it.
it's
That's
like
fucked
a
up.
real term.
That's fucked up.
but I get what you're saying.
Right.
You're not trying to make light of it,
Yeah.
but it's the language you use.
It's also... You said not getting into politics, but it's just
Say what
it's
you
the
gotta
nature
say.
of it, you know.
Yeah.
Donald Trump has a really good way of inciting fear in his followers.
100%.
Yeah.
He has a really good fear of inciting anger in his not followers, his antagonists. We'll
Yeah.
call it that. And so when he's putting on this front, honestly, I think it's an act. Like,
Okay.
The issues that he brings up are not that big of an issue.
Fair.
I lived and grew up in Southern California. There's not rampant murderous gangs running the streets.
And I don't think they're really. I don't know. Okay, I can't say anywhere, but like.
Right.
But I don't, it's hard because one thing I will say, not to give credit to anybody, because as of right now, I know my beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
My beliefs do side more Republican.
Mm-hmm.
I do not full out support everything that Trump's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the economy in the first 4 years, and I did like that either him or Obama, whoever, the government started pulling military out of places they weren't supposed to be in.
Right.
I like those two things. That's as much as I got into. The second election, I didn't even vote because I was like, I'm out. I like, there's too much information. I know too much about these people. Everybody's evil. Wipe the slate, try again.
Right.
So I'm out. But not to defend him, but here's the problem with having one person in such a big position of power. He gets his information from California governor or whatever, or a representative of California, or however many. There's like 6. Those people don't live in these cities. And so those people get their information from whoever does live or visits the city most often. And then what is more attention catching to report on? Hey, so I went to SoCal and everything's chill.
Yeah.
Or, hey, when I was there, and like it could be like I was there for a short stint and like there was 16 murders that happened. What's a short stint to you?
Right.
A year?
Right.
2 years?
Right.
Whatever. And so that's all they hear. They go, oh, the governor, we have a murder problem. And then it's a game of telephone.
Right.
And motherfuckers have never been to the city that they're talking about. So they have no idea what's actually going on. And to give him some credit, not too much, but to give him the benefit of the doubt and just precedence in general, he ain't got time to visit every single city. And also, man's been shot at twice. You think he's trying to go to Inglewood?
Right. No.
You get what I mean?
I'm not saying like send the man himself there, you know.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen.
But
It's not gonna happen. But I think him sending the National Guard in was like a very large tipping point for these to turn into riots.
Fair.
Because
Which was
first
that?
of all, he doesn't really have the power to do so.
Doesn't he?
No, the state has to request it.
Ah.
And then the federal government can send it in. I think him sending Marines onto
That's crazy.
U.S. civilians
What the fuck?
I'm gonna be honest. As the son of a Marine, last.
Right?
Like send the Navy, send the Army,
right?
Send SpaceX, send Coast Guard, send everybody.
Except
send
You're not sending the fucking Marines.
Send NYPD.
Yeah.
Don't go. We need the crayon eaters.
Yeah.
No, don't send them, because you send them out there, and if they don't have enough Zens, LA's dead.
Yeah.
If you don't have enough nicotine and caffeine to keep them calm, you're dropping Cali off the map.
I never thought I'd live to see an instance where the Third Amendment comes into play.
Which is
like troop quartering.
Oh yeah, where they can't stay in your house, forced to stay in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Did that actually come to? Did they try to stay in people's houses?
No, but it's it's the first time in the U.S. history since the amendment was fucking drafted that it's
that it might actually be relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Interesting.
There was a photo shared of a bunch of the National Guard troop members just sleeping on the ground in whatever federal building in LA. And it's I don't know the exact number, but he sent over a ton of troops. Only a quarter of them actually got sent onto the streets.
Right.
It cost taxpayers $174 million.
Which this is gonna fuck California.
Yeah.
Tax wise, it's gonna screw them.
Well, not just California, it's screwing the nation. This is
not only the nation, but also
money.
but also the public property that's getting destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
My one stick up is think the National Guard was a little crazy. Also, I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
Marines.
What the fuck?
Unjustifiable.
Yeah.
Unless these motherfuckers pulled up with tanks.
Right.
And even then, just send other tanks.
Right.
Just don't send them. Crazy. But what I will say is, and do understand, my information is coming from TikTok and Instagram. So take that with a grain of salt.
Well, I mean, sometimes those news sources, at least if you see a video of something happening, sometimes it's better than a reporter.
And it can be entirely unbiased. You don't have higher up executives saying we have to push this.
Right.
Yeah.
So I saw a video. 2-minute warning. I saw a video of people throwing bricks off of a highway bridge at ICE agents, at police, and stuff like that. I get the frustration. I get the uproar. Family members, friends, neighbors getting taken. I get that. I also don't think it helps your situation to throw a brick at somebody's head.
No.
Because in my personal, just for me, you throw a brick at my head, I'm retaliating, not just eye for an eye.
Yeah, it's if you're a cop,
you throw a brick, I throw a wall. You get what I mean?
I have a gun on me.
Right. Which honestly, has anybody been shot lethally?
Not that I'm aware of. There were a lot of incidents with rubber bullets being
shot.
Which honestly, there was a
reporter got shot in the calf.
There was that. There was another video of a guy. He's just asking a cop because the cop didn't have his badge number displayed. He's "What's your badge number? What's your name? This, that, and the other." And the cop is it's point blank, 5 feet away, shoots the guy with a rubber bullet.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So it's definitely both ways where the general the protesters are they're bringing upon the situation for a riot, but the riot doesn't happen until the cops or ICE or National Guard or whatever incite it.
100%.
I think in this instance. And also with the public property stuff, I believe that large change that starts from the people up can't really happen without a little bit of violence to go on. I think destruction of personal property or public property is the safest way to do so. Because you're not.
Welcome back. I gotta fix the camera. Continue the audio. Leave this in.
We're leaving all this in.
Boom, camera fixed.
Oh yeah.
I know y'all like when I walk away.
I love it.
Yeah, we're still in focus. Say
do
less.
it again.
No, we're
you
good.
You want to walk up there?
What?
You don't want to walk up there again?
Calm down.
Okay.
Yo, nah, that's insane. That's that Sonic gif that he keeps commenting under all my Instagram posts of the crazy tongue action. Pause. On that note, to hop back into the LA riots.
Yeah. Destruction of public property.
But you were saying that you believe that some destruction of public property is the only way we're gonna get uppers to notice.
I mean, like,
or is that the
only way? Maybe not the only way.
Well, like,
but it's
my argument is like,
if I feel like in our day and age, if a message is wanting to be sent, there has to be a little bit of against the grain, you know, like it's really tricky to say, hey,
destroy public property,
destroy shit, while also saying like, hey, I'm a legal citizen,
right.
I follow the law, I'm law abiding,
right?
You know? Because like I've never destroyed shit,
right?
Sober.
We're not talking about that.
We're not talking about those porta potties.
That's crazy.
But no, it's like with these large scale protests, and like you can look back to even BLM,
right?
And not BLM as the organization BLM, but the general larger greater movement of Black Lives Matter.
The actual message that was trying to get across.
You know, a lot happened with that. You can even go back to like Martin Luther King. You know,
but that's where my argument goes.
Right, and with those protests, the protesters were never doing anything harmful. They weren't causing harm, but they were met with such more strict enforcement, you know.
100%.
You see the videos of people getting sprayed with the fire hoses.
Yeah.
You see,
dogs.
still tear gassing, the dogs, all this and that. And you still have some of that happening today. You know, you got full squads in riot gear, throwing
rubber bullets.
Yeah. You know what's insane that I learned today? Tear gas is outlawed in warfare.
Yep. Geneva Conventions outlawed it.
But the U.S. police force can use it on civilians. That's insane to me.
Insane. But this is where... Here's my argument. Because I don't believe that you need to do destruction of public property.
Right.
Because I think Look, I know that the Martin Luther King, the walk on Birmingham, what was it? Is that the name of it? March on Montgomery. Yeah. I know people were imprisoned. People were attacked by dogs, fire hoses, tear gas. Cool. I think that sends a bigger message.
Yeah.
Versus destroying public property.
Right.
For me, I feel like if I wanted to march for something, okay. Hey, by the way, everybody, we're going to travel to the state that we don't live in, and we're going to march. Miles. Hours.
Right.
Tons of people. Everybody. Get your mama's friends, goldfish's cousin's owner.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like,
there just isn't that great of organization now, you know? Because I think everyone has their own specific issues that they want to focus on, that they want to protest, that they can't, there can't be a larger general organization to these protests. Because like back then it's like, hey, these people like actually like just don't have rights as citizens.
Right.
That's messed up. And I think we're seeing a bit of that now. There's like a massive nationwide protest they planned for this coming Saturday.
Yep.
There'll be a protest here in Bozeman.
Okay.
Like a fully planned one. And with that, I think that's going to send a very large message, because what happened in LA, what happened in New York, what happened in Austin, these are massive cities. You have a lot of people out here protesting unjust actions against people who deserve due process, who deserve to actually have a chance other than just being essentially kidnapped, you know?
100%.
And those just happen on a whim because they're in such these large cities. And these happenings are happening more frequently in these large cities, especially LA and Austin, because it's so close to the border. And it's it's a large city close to the border. You're going to end up there if you're crossing the border in some facet. But now this coming weekend, you have this organized protest nationwide where a entire message will be sent of every single state. There are multiple protests in every single state, and I think that is where the true message will be sent.
100%.
I don't think that organized protest happens without what happened in LA getting to the point that it got to.
Yeah, it's hard to inflict social change without, like, I mean, what happened with Martin Luther King is a very, like, rare time in history where, like, you could, like, walk down the street and like that would like be enough to inflict like social change. I mean,
Exactly. You're not seeing people today walking down the street in a protest or a march and getting sprayed with fire hoses and just tear gas for no reason.
But that's the fucking problem. In my personal opinion, that's the problem. Because for me, you lose not 100%. You lose a lot of credibility for me as soon as you. That's what I had a problem with BLM. Atlanta riots. I was in Georgia. I was there. I wasn't walking, but I saw this.
Right.
Whether or not there was undercover agents breaking storefronts, all I do know is I had a lot of friends that couldn't afford shoes that had shoes after those.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I had the same thing.
But that's
in San Diego and LA, you see a bunch of
You're destroying black-owned businesses. The hood, like you're destroying your home.
Right. Right.
You want to cause issues? Go form a line in front of City Hall. Just a wall. Could you imagine showing up to work as governor, judge, whatever?
Yeah.
And you have to look 450 people in the face.
Right.
Off of a decision that you made. And just stand there peacefully.
I'll counter you with this. When's the last protest that didn't end up turning into a riot that you heard of?
Yeah.
That actually caused any change?
I can't remember the name. Indigenous Missing Peoples protest.
Okay, yeah. That's a really good pull. Yeah.
Peaceful. We didn't kill nobody. We didn't riot. We didn't break no stores. We didn't steal anything. We just walked. We painted red over our face with hands, and we walked.
And that's bringing a voice to something that not many people knew was going on, right?
Right, and I'm not saying that not a lot of people knew what was going on in immigrant, but like,
I'm talking like large, systematic, like top to bottom changes.
Well, a lot of top to bottom. There's a lot more laws now. Reservations actually have more protection, and especially Alabama, even some in Georgia, some in other places, and that came top down Supreme Court, and that came top down. But like, here's my biggest problem: when did the protests start in LA?
They started Saturday morning, and I don't know. I was out of service the whole.
But like,
weekend.
How quickly does it?
So
okay, so you march one day.
Yeah.
Something didn't change that day. Okay, now let's go break storefronts.
But that wasn't
obviously that's a little dramatic.
You can never. I feel like blaming protests for these looters or putting the blame on protesters for lootings.
Right.
I don't think is all encompassing because
fair.
When you have a protest going on, you have chaos.
Right.
Whether it's organized or not, there is chaos going on. People take advantage of chaos all the time.
100%.
That's where you get people breaking into Apple stores, breaking into shoe stores, this, that, and the other.
But here's the problem: is when you see
you don't have the general protester who's strictly there to make a change.
Right.
They're not the ones that are going and causing this violence.
But if your message is to not cause violence, there had to be people during the March of Montgomery that took advantage.
Right.
Here's the thing. One person took advantage, but the other 600, 700 people that were there knew why the fuck we were there.
Yeah.
So that one guy got arrested, got to jail. I've seen the videos. There's a lot of people doing a lot of shit. That's the... And I think we just need to get organized. Yeah. If you have a message you want to get out, get organized.
Yeah.
Be like, we are peaceful.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you see anybody else doing. I don't care if they are looting. The police are going to be able to discern that they are not a part of us because we ain't doing that shit. Now, if you show up and you decide to destroy the message by destroying public property, you ain't part of us.
Right.
We ain't got your back. We ain't helping you get out of prison. We ain't no bail money. Don't talk to us.
And I think that is the general mindset for these people who do come in and organize these protests. But on the other side of the same leaf, you're not going to have a protest that takes up, I think it only took up like 3 city blocks of LA. Like, it was not a very large area of LA. It was a very small, localized spot. You're not going to get the attention of the president up in his ivory tower just by a group of people in 3 city blocks wide of a city having a peaceful protest,
Right.
If it stayed peaceful and simple, Trump doesn't give a shit.
Fair.
He doesn't care.
But
if it doesn't, I don't think if it doesn't fit his political agenda, he really doesn't care what the people are doing.
Fair.
The fact that he was able to send in and kind of enforce his power and lay his fist down, I think that's why the only reason he got involved was he had the chance to do it.
Fair.
But now with this coming weekend, these organized countrywide protests, like, dude, if every single state and every major city in every single state has something to say about this, like, there has to be a sense of, oh, okay, something needs to happen.
And that's, I feel like we should have started there.
Yeah. Right.
Instead of, now look, if we're as states are marching and we're doing it every other weekend and we're localizing and we're going to city hall and we're doing petitions and we're talking to people,
Yeah.
Now look, obviously algorithm videos, what gets represented in the news is not everything. I see a lot of people that go to these city council meetings and try to get their 15 seconds of fame off of a cause.
Right.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Go up there and just be like, hey, I am so-and-so. I got affected this way. Next person. And if you have a line, 100 people. I'm so-and-so. I'm from this state and city. This is how this affected me.
Right.
If you could organize and get one person from every state that's been affected by ICE or the what yoinkin throws.
The yoinkin toss.
Yeah, yoinkin toss. Crazy, but if you can get people from that's all affected, you get a line of 50 people, someone's gonna listen.
Oh yeah.
But like that's the thing.
Someone's gonna listen, but are you gonna get people who are affected by it or directly affected by it? Because if you find the people who are directly affected by it, you're not finding them.
Fair, or indirectly, or witnesses. All you need is first-hand accounts.
There's been so many of these first-hand accounts on the internet, and I think the day and age that we're in with the internet, I think that plays a big part into how these causes have to develop. I think with the internet being available to everyone, there's such a constant influx of information. Yeah. That you're just eating it. You're just eating it. You keep on eating it. Nothing really sticks. You don't sit and look at something like you don't see. Oh man, this husband, his wife got deported and now they're split and their child is in Mexico or whatever.
Yeah, you hear damn double tap swipe.
Exactly. You're like, oh man, that sucks. Whatever.
Right.
And you have so many of these stories that are coming up that's like, well, man, damn, how many do we need for something to happen? You know.
We'll localize them.
And I think. I mean, going back to where your point started, where it's like, why didn't we just start this full organization in the first place? I think a lot of people are terrified. Like, I would enjoy to go out and protest some of these causes, like with like the national park stuff that happened however many months ago, or this current one, or with BLM and stuff. I'm honestly scared to go out and join a protest because one, I don't want to be a part of this chaos that happens if it does turn into a riot, and I don't want to get in trouble for it, you know, like
that's a risk for change,
right? Like, and so I think these large scale events like what happened in LA need to happen for other people to wake up and be like, oh shit, okay, well this happened to these people, what happened to me might not be as bad, I'm gonna get out and do it.
Fair.
If it just started like last weekend, like everyone, we're gonna get together, we're gonna protest this weekend, you're not going to get as much of a turnout as you would without what's happening in LA now.
I feel like what we need is patience as a society, and I probably agree with you. Maybe what's happening this Saturday would have never happened if we didn't destroy some public property. Right. Cool, maybe. But at the same time, when's the last time we have stayed consistent, been a headline in the news consistently? Like I'm talking, I wonder how many marches, how many months, how many years was the civil rights movement? Right. When was the first one that had 4 people? When did that start? Until we got to March on Montgomery. How much do you actually give a fuck? Right. That's my biggest problem is you say that people care. You say that there's a lot of first-hand accounts on the internet. You give a fuck enough to fly out to LA? if you don't, shut the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not willing to go get arrested, get shot with a rubber bullet, tear gas for this cause, shut the hell up.
Right.
Because you're not willing to risk anything.
Right.
I can go post a video right now making up a witness of, oh my God, my coworker so-and-so got stolen. No one can fact check me.
Exactly.
But, like, that's the thing. You're not risking shit putting it on the internet.
No.
Yeah, some people are like, oh my God, you believe in illegal immigration. Oh no. Comment section, turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
Got a DM, block them. It's that simple. No one wants to risk anything anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound boomer, because I am Gen Z. Like, I'm 2001.
Right.
I don't want to sound old. Soft. Soft as fuck. Because if there's something for me, now I missed all of the missing indigenous people protests. They weren't on the side of the country I was when they were happening. But when Montana State was doing stuff, I donated. I had no money. I had $20, so I sent them $5. And I was
Right.
like, okay, I got 15 this week.
Right.
Because I care. I give a shit. There was no walks, or I would have been there.
Right.
Or maybe there was, and I didn't hear about it. But if you really give a shit, and I don't mean to come at you, but
Oh,
like,
yeah, I'm not taking it that way.
if this fucking matters to you, stand the fuck up.
Right.
And go do something about
Right.
it. Not.
But what do you want me to do? Right? Like we were just talking like if you're going out and doing these protests, right?
Right.
What is one more person they're gonna do? I've posted stuff on my Instagram story. You know, it's
Right.
like giving a voice out.
Yeah.
You know, getting light on these issues.
Yeah.
And making people realize that they're happening because I think
That helps.
I think there is a large scale, not necessarily like disinformation, but just like a lot of people don't take in information that they could find important, you know, because
Right.
it just doesn't pop up on their Instagram feed. It doesn't pop up on a news article for them,
Fair.
you know. So it's just like I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people that watch this have me on Instagram and stuff. I post a lot of like natural resource,
100%.
conservation stuff.
That matters to you.
Exactly. And if I had known, like when the national park protests were going on, however long ago, if I knew that was going, I would be there.
And I'd be there with you. Because I do care.
Right.
As well. And I'm not saying.
And that's also not me saying I don't care what's happening now.
Right.
Like it's fucked up what's happening now.
100%.
It's a very important cause that many people are very invested into, as they should be. I'm invested into it as well. I've come with this, not knowing you were going to talk about this.
Right.
But I've been reading up on it all.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can't drop what I'm doing to fly to LA to join these protests. You know?
Okay,
I
but
can't.
we have one this Saturday. Are you going?
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay.
It's just on
But
Main
like
Street.
that, I have a problem with what you said. What's one more person?
Because
How
then
many-
but then
But-
everyone's saying what's one more person. If everyone who said what's one more person actually went and joined, that's a billion more people.
So here's my question. You go.
Mm-hmm.
Post it on your Instagram. How many views do you get on your Instagram story normally?
Like 70? I don't know.
70? That's 70 more people.
Right.
How many views, how many likes do you, like, how many people view your Instagram post? Let's say 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1,000 more people that saw it. What's one more person? The internet is such a beautiful place. We're so fucking connected.
Right.
One more person is thousands more people. If, like, right now, if everybody that watches this video shares it, hello. But if everybody that watches this video shares it,
So
we're famous tomorrow.
How many views have you got? Like the maximum views you've got on a video?
Max amount of views we got is like I think 150, 200.
Okay.
On like our long videos, like on our shorts, we've got 3K or 4K.
Right.
But like that's the thing.
Say 200 views. Each person sent it to 5 friends. Boom, there you go.
It's the whole pay it forward. I don't know if they had it in SoCal. The pay it forward thing that they showed us in high school. Where it's like you do one good thing for a person, they do a good thing for a person, and then it'll all return. It was like more the concept of karma, but like that's the thing. If you really believe in it. Now, I will probably not march this Saturday because I do believe that illegal immigration is wrong.
Right.
But it shouldn't be so hard to become a U.S. citizen legally. One, no one should be having to run from their homes.
Because I want to say the issue isn't
The criminals.
The issue isn't we don't want to allow illegal immigration.
Yes, 100%.
We don't. That's not the direct issue. The issue is you have these agents, as I was saying, unmarked agents in civilian clothing they're coming to like the courts where these immigrants are trying to go through the legal process to become documented immigrants, and they're snatching them from there. They're coming to schools, they're snatching children. As soon as you bring fucking children into it, what the fuck are you doing?
100%, that's wrong.
It's horrible.
Now, obviously, I'm not as educated. That's why I asked you your opinion, because I knew you, California, plus I knew you actually look at Twitter. I have Twitter, and I get notifications from, like, Atlanta, and it's like another takeover, and I'm just like, hell yeah, haircut.
Yeah, for better or worse, I look at Twitter, because, like, it's like, wow, cool, now I'm in the know of what's going on, and it's like, oh my god, everything fucking sucks.
That's why I'm friends with you, because
how bad it all is.
I'm already a reality negative person. I can't have Twitter, because if I actually start scrolling through Twitter, I will just go. You'll be like, you want to go hiking? What's the fucking point? Yeah, it will just end it all for me.
Well, I actually deleted it at work today. Whenever a big event like this happens, I take in so much information in like a day or 2 days, and then I'm like, oh man, life sucks, and I have to delete it because then it's like it just ruins my day-to-day life.
100%.
And it's like, not saying that it shouldn't, because it's a large issue. You know, it affects other people, but it's also like, I don't want to live a constantly negative life because negative things are happening. And negative things happen all over the world every day, all day long.
I stubbed my toe this morning.
I sensed that you did.
Did you?
I felt so bad for you.
In all honesty, I knew when I woke up my day was ruined.
Yeah.
3 hours after you were already at work.
No, I was just so locked into my liberal mindset that I knew you were in pain and I was in pain too.
He's an empath, dude.
I'm just an empath for real.
Oh god, I hate that. I hated every moment of that. Oh gosh. Well, I didn't expect us to go that far into that topic, but I do love and respect your opinion, even though we might differ. Mm-hmm. We differ on some stuff. I'm very in between on whether or not I'll go this Saturday. That's sad for me, because like I do, it does piss me off. But I probably should go this Saturday.
It's also hard to bring yourself to support a cause when it hasn't directly affected you.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like,
directly or indirectly.
My biggest fear is, because I choose to stay out of the know, my biggest fear is walking in a protest, being seen for it, and they go, what is your opinion? And I just go,
I saw a lot of people here.
Go follow the perplexing perspective.
I thought there would be beer here.
Right, someone told me if I win I could get a case, but I don't know. It's interesting, to say the least. Mm-hmm. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
But, yeah, did not expect us to get this deep. I did want to run your segment back and try to get a little bit more on you. So, obviously...
I have one. Can you move your foot from the cord?
Oh, yeah.
My anxiety is just like, please don't unplug. Please don't
Mr.
Unplug.
Producer thinks I'm going to unplug the mic. I probably would have.
It was very taut. It was getting like... it was getting tight, and I was just like... Every time you move your foot, I'm just like...
Yeah, he's just over here just drenched in sweat.
I'm just sweating.
There's just a full pool underneath Gus right
now. Every time I shift, he's just wait.
This man needs water. He's fucking fully dehydrated.
For sure. Guys, please drop your perspectives down below. I would love to be able to address these next week. We might even have Tyler back on to address them. We want to hear from you guys. We haven't got comments on our last 2 videos, and I would really like to get some more comments on this one. So just tell us about life. Tell us about how much you hate us, and
tell us your favorite color. Tell us why your mother or father might hate you. Tell us why your mother or father might love you. Tell us who your secret admirer is. Wait, no, you don't know your secret admirer. Tell us who you secretly admire, and then we will tell them for you.
Yeah.
Oh, make sure
that would be a segment.
That'd be really funny.
That would actually, we should, you should put it out on your social media, like, be like, yo, let us rizz up your crush.
Let us rizz up your crust for it.
Yeah.
Crust?
Let us
send us your crust.
Wait. I don't want to see people's crust.
Have you guys ever listened to like that Ryan's Roses show where like they figure out if like people are cheating or not on that like radio show?
Oh, I hate those. I hate those. Those give me so much anxiety because I get I get scared I'm gonna get called from it. Like, I know my fiance would never, but I'm hurt. I'm still a little broken, but my biggest fear is getting a call from a radio. Be like, hello? They'd be like, this is, what is it, Jude? Oh, gosh, there's a show where it's like, this is someone and someone from the radio show, how are you? And they're always, like, breaking news to somebody. It's like second day updates or something like that.
Are prank calls legal in Montana?
Prank calls?
Yeah, because prank calls would be kind of lit for the show.
Are they illegal?
Yeah, are they? Because in some states they're illegal.
I did not know
It's illegal to do
this.
a prank call in some states.
How do you enforce that?
I have no clue.
What if
Well-
someone's fridge actually is running?
The classic.
I guess you gotta prove it in court. Like,
Yeah, right? Sir, I promise you, his
I
fridge
swear
really
this
was
is-
running.
The
Well-
next witness I bring to the stand, the fridge. And the fridge just walks in. Yeah, no, I run once a day.
That's crazy. That's insane. But yeah, once we get back from this break, honestly, screw it. Extra long episode.
Right.
We'll do one more 30-minute segment. We'll get back into you because you deserve a better take with better audio. We'll take a break real quick. We'll come back and we'll get into... We'll try again to get Tyler Cobb's perspective.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go piss crazy style.
That's insane. Boom.
That was hot.
Extra long...
Sorry, I'm sorry. Not really.
Don't be sorry, bro. But extra long episode today. I think you deserve it. You're pretty cool. I live
Thanks.
with you, so
Yeah.
I think you deserve.
It's Tyler's takeover, man.
Yeah, it's Tyler's takeover, baby.
Tyler's regime.
Tyler's
Oh, God.
tyrannical
God.
takeover. he's gonna rule with an iron fist. But no, you're gonna rule with an iron fist. Yeah, so kind of gonna redo your episode a little bit. Obviously, a little bit shorter. We did talk about something that's like important, relevant, but let's talk a little bit more about you. So you did mention have a girlfriend now, dude.
Yeah.
So tell me what's that like? Not only just obviously she's great, but like
Right.
your whole experience. Like what's
Yeah.
your experience with dating? Because like California native, we've already went over that. Pretty decent childhood,
I grew up, very, very blessed.
right?
Very blessed grew up.
But I think like one thing for me that's been super interesting, at least in our friendship, is your like approach to dating. And so just if you would like to just get into that,
Yeah.
as a whole.
Yeah, I'll start off. She's great.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah,
she's
she's
pretty.
dope.
She's pretty beast.
She's the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking of her. What was the question?
No, just experience with dating.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. So I don't know. I've always been like a relationship first type of guy, where it's like I'd much rather have someone to build off of and to experience life with than just somebody like, oh, I'm gonna go out and hook up,
Right.
That's just gross. It's not me.
100%.
So like, I don't know. My first girlfriend was in middle school, and
Oh wait, I haven't heard about this one.
we like held hands
Oh,
at lunches.
shit.
Yeah.
Come on, get
Yeah.
some. Get
We
some.
would hold hands and
Crazy.
hug. And then she tried to kiss me, and I got really scared. And then things broke off in like a month after that.
Oh fuck! Wait, she waited a month.
Huh?
Did you like diss her when she kissed you, or tried to? Did
No,
she ever?
I don't remember what happened. I have a really poor memory of
You
like my
trauma
childhood.
blocked
Yeah,
being
but I was
kissed
just
by
like,
a woman.
yeah, I was just like, I wasn't ready for it. I'm a little
Right,
a
100%.
sweet baby angel.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get pregnant if I got kissed. So. No. I don't know. It was just a typical middle school relationship.
Yeah.
Didn't go out do anything with it.
She didn't have hand cooties, but definitely had lip
Right,
cooties.
right.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I had another girlfriend my freshman year of high school,
Okay.
who was previously best friends with the girlfriend from middle school.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you're a homie hopper.
Apparently, yeah. But this girlfriend,
Nasty.
I'm a bit embarrassed by it, but with this girlfriend, we'd like making out like at school, like at the lunch tables.
I feel like
I think everyone's had to have gone through that phase. but
anybody
it's
that
just-
says they didn't do that, one didn't date in high school, 2 lying.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a very drastic change.
100%.
And I was with, I don't know how long I was there. It was like 2 months or something. I don't know. It was like, yeah. It was like, oh, cool. I'm making out, and then it was that. There was literally nothing else to it.
Yeah.
And then third girlfriend, I think that was like sophomore year, going into junior year of high school. I was a bit more involved. We were together for like 5 or 6 months. We'd known each other for a long time too. We were always
I thought we were already on to the one that I know. Wait,
No.
that's crazy. I didn't think you dated this much.
I wouldn't even call it dating though. Like it was like, well, I guess it was dating, but like
I didn't think you courted this much.
There was courting going on.
Courting.
Yeah. All these girls were in like drama class, by the way.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So theater kid. All 4 years?
2 years in middle school, freshman year of high school. And then I realized that it sucked, and so I gave up.
Yeah, what's dating like the theater kid like?
You know, I was picking like the ones that weren't theater kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You were dating the ones that were in theater.
Correct.
Not the
Correct.
theater kids.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And I knew all of them from like middle school, and the middle school theater was like much more tame than the high school theater. Because like the middle school theater, I feel like it like it picked out the weeds of the not theater kids.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I slipped through those grates and ended up in freshman year drama, and wow, yeah, it was rough.
Ooh. Crazy. I was the exact opposite. You did your freshman year. I did my senior year because I went in high school.
Right.
I was like, I'm a senior.
Oh, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it.
No, it's fun. The characters are interesting.
Yeah, I gained a lot of like other people perspectives through that class. Like people that I wouldn't mingle with then or now, to be honest.
There's some that I would still like have conversations with, but there was like some that have like the worst trauma you've ever heard of in your entire life. And then there's people that act like they've had the worst trauma, that you hear about their life. They're like, God, man, I had 2 parents that loved and fed me and clothed me. And I always had my own bedroom, and it just... Gosh, dude, and then I got my first car when I was 16, and it was
my mom
2
didn't
years.
let me vape.
Yeah, right. That's like, and you just get those in the same group.
But then there's like the ones that'll hiss at you mixed into that whole bunch, and
yeah.
I won't dive into that.
Yeah,
so, anyways,
fair.
third girlfriend, sophomore, junior year, whatever of high school. I don't remember. It wasn't very significant. It was actually funny. I was walking to my class in the morning. And she would like walk past me to like her class, and we would always meet up. And so we met up. She goes, "Hey, I'm breaking up with you." And I had to walk to my class after that. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then we met up. Our next class, we would always meet up between classes. And so I met up with her. I was like, "What do you mean you're breaking up with me?" She's like, "I don't know. I just don't want to date you anymore." And then we went to our classes again. And that was like the whole breakup.
How much changeover time did you guys get?
Huh?
Like between classes?
It was like 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's plenty of time to have.
Dude, our high school was massive. Like,
so was mine.
You'd have to walk like a half mile from classes sometimes.
Oh, okay. Maybe mine wasn't that big.
Yeah. It was like a whole fucking like
oh yeah, because yours was like had like outside inside.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to say it was a whole concentration camp, but it wasn't. Compound.
Compound. Yeah, that's better.
It was a whole compound.
It was a whole plantation. You just start throwing out really bad fucking. It was a whole war camp, dude.
There was a middle school that had cotton trees. And my friend Harper, he actually got told, like, not him specifically, but like his class was like, "Oh, go out and pick the cotton off the trees," and like
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's.
So like
I thought they only grow on plants. Do they also grow on trees?
It was like cottonwood trees. It's not like actual cotton that you put into clothing. But it's like
Okay.
No, that just shows how Marietta was. Like there wasn't very much like bad things happening here.
Right.
It's a pretty nice suburb town.
Yeah.
Anyways, dating. Nothing really happened. The third one, and then the fourth one, my my most recent ex. She we liked each other a bit my junior year, but I wasn't wanting to date.
Right.
So I was like,
after getting broken up in for after like 2 different segments.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either.
But I was also just like, I'm chilling with the dudes. Like, I'm hanging out. Not wait.
Clip that.
I'm hanging out and having fun with my
Already
bros.
clipped. Already uploaded.
Already uploaded. There's a YouTube.
I've never beaten the allegations.
Never.
I'm hanging out and having fun with my friends who are guys.
Yeah.
And just hanging out.
Yeah.
The way you explain it makes it sound more gay.
Yeah. Now that
Alright,
you've got
I'm
into...
fucking dudes. Like, what do you want me to say?
There we go. You heard it here first.
Yes.
Clip it.
Clip it.
I was just like, I was hanging out with all my friends, and I was like, I'm really enjoying just hanging out with my friends. Like,
Right.
I don't want to pursue anything more. And so I told her that I felt like a dick for it, but I was just like, yeah, I'm a baller, you know. No, I'm hanging out with.
No, share your truth.
I'm with the boys
Yeah.
to hang out with.
Yeah.
But then some time passed, and we were still really close friends. Oh my god, she was also middle school drama class.
Homie, wait, she was
Not
also
friends with all of them, but
Oh, okay.
she
I was
in
about
that
to
class.
say,
yeah.
you are the legit, like, oh gosh.
No,
that's
I mean
crazy.
they're all like acquaintances, but not
right.
friends.
What you grow
Except
up
the first two. The first two were like best friends.
Yeah. Okay.
And they weren't
fair.
because I think I had a big play. Anyways,
Dang, bro.
we stayed friends, and then she approached me again on our senior year, and she's like, "Hey, I still want to date you." I was like, "Okay, yeah, cool, yeah, I'm ready."
Down.
Yeah, and so like we were dating from my senior year of high school to just before my senior year of college. So it was a very large chapter of my life.
Yeah.
We went through COVID together. We got really close with that. She was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck else are we gonna do?" You know.
Right.
So we would like just hang out and chill. Did a lot of stuff, and then I came up here to Montana for college. She stayed in California and went to a community college there. So we did long distance for 2 years.
Yeah.
Which it sucked, but it was also good because it allowed me to have the college experience that I wanted to have, where I'm not worried about girls.
Yeah.
And I'm just, again, hanging out with my guy friends and just having fun hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of hanging out, didn't we, Julian?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm roping you into this now.
Oh, I'm down.
Oh, cool.
Wait.
And then she moved up here once she got her associate's degree. And it was like, I don't know, when she moved up here, things were good, but they weren't like what I feel like now with my relationship, I didn't feel like with that.
Right.
Because it was like when we were doing distance, she'd come up and visit for a week or whatever.
And when
it's
you
like,
see someone for such a short period of time, there's nothing to argue about. There's nothing to
Right.
get upset with.
Yeah.
There's just let me be with you. And so, yeah.
And we had a like the first like 3 months or whatever where she was here. It was good, and then we had like a period where it was like just little things were coming up, you know, where it's like you're hanging out with your roommates more than you're hanging out with me. Blah blah
As
blah.
you should. No, I'm saying. Bros before her. Yeah.
But just like little things, nothing serious. And then they were always resolved very quickly. They were resolved, but it created turmoil in my life where it's like I'm trying to balance a relationship that I want to continue, and I'm trying to balance friendships that I really would like to continue, because it's like I live with these people. These are all my friends, like the rest of my life, you know?
Right.
And so there was, I mean, you're well aware, there was some cataclysms,
Cataclysms?
divides between
Yes.
girlfriend who was like friends with my friends, and then the friends with her. You're
Completely
familiar.
not instigated by us at all.
No, you guys did nothing.
We did nothing wrong. And
You guys are great guys.
in the reality of it, the most that we did was push jokes a little bit too far.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that like
And I don't think anyone was ever doing it intently or
to
with
hurt
malicious
feeling.
intent. Yeah.
You're
You're just being yourselves, and she had the issue. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, like, looking back, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I've come fully to terms with it, where it's like, okay, yeah, this shit happened. It was meant to happen, because, like, who I'm with now, Lindsay, like, wow.
Thank God.
Yeah.
In my personal,
I've never been happier.
I love how peaceful you are after that situation, because I feel the exact opposite in my heart. You are like, hey, everything happens for a reason. And I was just like, yeah.
Oh, well.
A reason to crash the fuck out.
I mean, I was fully ready to go to war for that shit, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the gym and train so I can
You
conquer
did go
this
to war
nation.
for a while.
Right. And it was a lot of internal stuff where it's like, do I let this anger and this like bubbling hatred, not quite hatred, but it's growing to that point. Do I let this take over? Do
Yes.
I give
Sorry, I'm not helping.
do I give these thoughts any power? Or do I kind of just let it go? And that was a big thing that I was going through, where it was like finding the balance between the two. You know,
Fair.
like now I've let it all go. It's
Yeah.
all in the past. It doesn't bother me anymore.
Right.
It made me who I am today, and I'm very grateful for it. Actually,
I'm grateful that you came out this way, because that definitely could have gone worse.
I could have gone the opposite direction. I could be in the gym right now after a 5-hour lift and still lifting. I could be, you know, doing everything that you see on the internet where it's like, oh, I went through a breakup. I'm only gonna lift. I don't have
Right.
no emotions anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's really never been me. And also, without that breakup happening, I don't think I ever would have found my true me. You know.
And not only that, we've talked about this multiple times. I don't know if we would have been as close or living together.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think.
If things had gone the opposite way of how they'd had, I don't think I'd be as happy.
100%.
I would not be living in Montana.
Would you? Oh yeah, you were gonna move.
I was gonna pick up. I know. Yeah, that was the biggest thing.
Shout
for
out
me.
Psycho Chicks, bro. Thank you for making the wrong decisions at the right time.
Yeah, for real.
That's a bar.
The wrong
Oh,
decision
clip
at the
that
right
one.
time.
Thank you for making the wrong.
Appreciate it.
That's the thumbnail. They're gonna, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
They think we're talking about the first part of this podcast.
Yeah, right,
Actually,
right.
the second. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I've always been big on relationships.
Yeah.
I think a relationship exists to become the best version of yourself, where
100%.
you pull the best parts of the other person to build you up. Like with Lindsay, she's really good at having a positive mindset on life. She gets up and gets going early in the day. I have such a hard time getting up and going early.
Oh,
in the
no,
day,
really?
As you give me so much shit for.
Of course. So, by the way, I give him shit because I clock in at 6:30 a.m.
I can choose to clock in between 9 and 11 a.m. Actually, I can choose to clock in whenever I want. I could work like 12 to 8 if I really wanted to. You should have got yourself a chemical engineering degree.
In all honesty, I truly...
No, that's not
But
it's the job that I have, the specific job that I have.
Yes.
It's not the career, it's the specific job. It's a lifestyle job, and I'm very grateful to have it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, as much as I try to convince you to move with us when we do move, it'd be hard to pull you away from this job.
Well, the thing, I'm already, like, I want to stick with this job as long as I can,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to live in Bozeman, to, like, buy a house, to start a family.
Right, right.
On this job. I also have, other things that I'd like to do. I want to
100%.
go back and I want to get my doctorate's degree. I want to more heavily pursue either one of renewable or nuclear energy.
Right.
I want to have like a significant impact on the world and make a significant change in the way that I can. And I legitimately believe I was blessed with the brain that I have, and it was given to me for a purpose, and I want to fulfill that purpose. I want to get my doctorate. I want to go into whatever field that I decide to go into that I have my doctorate for, and I want to teach. I want to come back and be a professor after that.
That'd be a cool
So that's when I come back to Bozeman.
That's when I get my chemical engineering degree. Is when
Bingo.
you're a professor.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I would. You know I would. For the shits and giggles, I would so come back
That'd be so funny.
and just get the degree because all my gen eds are pretty much out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I could just come back and do the 2 years to get the doctorate, I think. It would be like advanced.
The bachelor's.
The bachelor's.
Yeah.
The bachelor's. But yeah.
That'd be so funny if I'm like, sitting in my office the week before his class will start and going through like the class list,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, Abraham, Julian. Oh, Julian, I know. There's no way.
And I walk in, the only
Like 50 years
yeah,
old.
like 50 years old, and you just you just turn, and I walk in, I go, what up, my guy? And I have a longboard and a backpack. I'm dressed like how I dress now, dude. Like, I just go.
You have a hydro flask that's clearly filled with, like, whiskey or something.
I just pull out a full flask, and you just go, you can't fucking do... Take a sip. Oh, my God, we would run that class. What if I could be your TA?
Oh, I'd make you my TA. Yeah, go fuck.
This is the plan. And you know I like accolades. I like to just have shit under my belt. Like I have like my chef. I have like I have all these random accolades under my belt. I am the type of person at 50 you go, fuck it, let's go get a chemical engineering degree.
It'd be awesome. And I mean, like by then, like we'll hopefully have our whole friend group compound.
Yeah.
Wherever it may be, like I hope it's located here. I would really like it to be located here.
It's just so unaffordable to be here.
Right, but this is like looking 20 years from now.
I know your people are gonna make it fucking worse. Not your people as in white. I mean Californians.
Oh.
You guys are gonna come up here and just raise. In 20 years, this is gonna be unlivable. I really do believe. In 20 years, Bozeman is going to be small LA.
It's gonna be a Salt Lake. Like it's gonna be the same.
It's gonna be a Salt Lake. It's gonna be in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be there. And then in 40 years, who fucking knows,
Right.
dude? But
that's just growth. I don't know. I don't want to look that far because I don't actually get upset because it does directly affect me.
But
yeah, no.
But you said you were blessed with the brain that you have.
Mm-hmm.
I want to break that down and look deeper than just you saying words. You say blessed. By who? By what? By where? By when?
I mean, we've talked about this. I'm not. Right. I don't follow any sect of religion.
Okay.
I do believe that there is some energy,
higher power, or
perhaps not higher power, but just connection.
There is something that's controlling.
Some connection to everything. Some pathway, some line. Not quite destiny, because I also believe in free will. I don't know, man. I got a lot of just different beliefs going on in my head.
Interesting.
To be entirely frank,
yeah,
I think the one I believe in the most is the Force.
That's crazy. But you know what's very funny is a lot of those morals and a lot of those teachings in the Force aligns with the Bible,
right?
Because
they also align. It also draws a lot of stuff from like Buddhism and Taoism and Hinduism and just. And all that stuff. It's awesome.
Like every religion has good morals. That's not what defines a religion. It's the things that are outside of it for me. Before I fully I was always a Christian, but before I made the decision myself, I studied religions, and there was always this underlining tone of hatred for people that don't believe in what you believe in. And now, obviously, I'm talking about the Bible. I am not talking about the church.
Yeah. No, I know.
Let's get there.
Yeah.
Let's get there.
Yeah.
The Bible does not teach to hate people of other beliefs. The Quran does not fuck with infidels at all. Buddhism, for me, was not enough rules in the way of, like, it just felt like, as long as you're trying your best, you're succeeding. Yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Have you read the Tao?
I have not read Tao.
I'll pass it off to you. It's really interesting.
I'm interested to study. I ain't flipping, but like I'm interested to study. Like,
I have it highlighted. There's some sticky notes still in there from Texan critics.
Yeah, and but we can still pull from them.
Yeah,
there's like the idea of karma is not stated as karma in the Bible, but it's shared. But the Hindus go way more into it, and it's interesting.
But yeah, no, the Tao is like it's similar to Buddhism, but it has more structure. There's more of an outline to it.
Interesting.
It's still like your life is yours to live, and there's not like rules to it, but it's like
guidelines,
general guidelines. Yeah, like be a good person. Karma does play into that one as well. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. I should go back and reread it. It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think whether it was some god in his heaven lab manipulating my brain into the formation that it is, or if it was just a simple draw of the luck chemicals organizing themselves into the way they are, I think I have this brain. Well, no, actually, I know I have this brain.
Right.
I think I have this brain for a reason, and I don't Whether it was given to me for a reason or not, I don't want to waste my potential.
100%. I love that.
Yeah.
So, Ty, I'm gonna ask you the question. I'm saying
yes,
the question. Stop. Calm down.
I will marry you.
No.
Fuck.
I already asked somebody else, and until they say no.
It's my twin, so I technically did say yes.
That's actually fair. Oh, by the way, one day we got to break down the family tree of this friend group.
Yeah.
But technically, he is my fiance's twin. They're both blonde.
I'm also his brother.
You're also my brother.
But you're also my dad. There's a lot of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
We need to draw it out. I could do that for an episode.
Yeah, an episode we'll draw out the family
Just like
tree.
like VS Paint.
Oh god. But I actually I've been listening to a podcast called So True, ran by Caleb Herron, which in a personal opinion, disagree, funniest gay dude on the internet to me right now. I love his podcast. Now, if we ever sat in the same room and talked ideals, I don't think we would ever align. But I would love to sit in a room and talk ideals.
Yeah.
But just because I do like his approach to how he talks about stuff. And I love his podcast and I love his content. And even though I don't necessarily agree with all of it, I'll listen to it. Dude, I listened to 6 episodes today at work. I love So
I'm
True.
entirely unfamiliar. I don't listen to podcasts.
Fair.
Other
than this one.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Other than this one.
Duh.
What's his premise? Like, what does he do in an
So
episode?
a lot of things he does is he talks to a lot of gay celebrities, allied celebrities, and things of that sort. And he just kind of honestly, he just shoots the shit and then he asks questions, what's so true to you? I am, with credit, taking that, but flipping it for our own. I give him full credit. This came to me listening to the podcast. He asked somebody, what's so true to you? Now, some people take it really seriously. Some people take it not so seriously. Like the last episode I just listened to, he was interviewing his producer, and his producer goes, motherfuckers that walk down the side of the road without their dog on a leash. He goes, I hate that. You're endangering the dog. You're endangering people driving. I hate it. And that was just so true.
Okay.
But what I'm going to ask you is, what is a perspective that perplexes you? And what that means is, what is a perspective that you would like to learn from?
Okay.
Someone's general situation that you haven't had a lot of contact with that you would love to talk to. It could be a specific person. It could be a type of person. Just be like, you know what? I didn't have a lot of gay friends growing up. I would love to talk to a gay guy. Something like that. What is a perspective that perplexes you that you would like to learn more from?
I think like a Shaolin monk.
That's actually a good answer.
That's a great answer, but I knew you were going to pull some shit like that.
Yeah.
Not a really accessible person.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a Shaolin monk, a member of an uncontracted tribe.
Okay.
I don't know, because like going back, I grew up in Southern California. There's so many different people
Right.
in Southern California.
You were full with cultures.
Yeah, I was in leadership. I was in sports. I was in drama. I was in like just about as many like school program things as you can be a part of in high school.
Right.
So I got to know a lot of people. Like actually getting to know them is a different question because there's so many people that I went to high school with. But like I was familiar with a lot of different people and a lot of different ideas. So it's like I don't know, as far as these general groups of people go, I feel like I've known
More
enough.
off-grid people, you think?
Yeah,
Because like we don't hear a lot. Like news reporters go Shaolin monks.
right.
They're the shit.
Right.
And then we don't hear about them
Yeah.
for 7 months.
Like I've seen pictures of these like monks in the Hindus. What's the mountain range that the Everest is a part of?
Himalayan.
The Himalayas. Yeah. Attaboy. Attaboy. They're like out there just playing basketball. And it's like, like a gravel court. It's just like a chain net hoop, and the mountains are in the background. I'd love to like sit down and be like, "Yup."
What would you ask them? What was the one question? What would you?
One
ask
question
them?
I ask them: what's your favorite food?
Favorite food.
Favorite food.
It's gonna be rice, nigga.
But it could not be. They could have this type of food, and they'll ask a question based off of what the ingredient goes in the food, where the ingredient is sourced. Like I feel like when you're talking to someone from a different culture, like I was just in Japan,
right.
and favorite foods there, worlds different than favorite
Obviously.
food might be here, and I think you can gain a lot of knowledge and insight on someone based off of what their favorite food is. Like Lindsay's favorite food is a hot dog. Doesn't that checks out for her, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple, basic American. That's
Yeah.
all we need.
Whoa, what do you mean simple?
Simple is. All right. Anyway, we got to wrap up, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of The Perplexing Perspective. I have been the co-host Julian.
I have been the stand-in co-host for our dear friend Max. I just want to pray for his safe return from Egypt. I know there are so many short people out there that are so after him.
I hope he doesn't get caught by the authorities. Or
Yeah, 100%. I hope swift travels for Godspeed for him.
I pray he doesn't get detained by ICE.
No!
His return.
He gets returned. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be updated every time that we post. Please follow us on all the socials. We got TikTok, we got Instagram, we got Facebook.
We got Tumblr.
No, fuck. Who's
Please-
using Tumblr?
Shut up, I'm doing the outro. Please hit us up with any comments that you have. Share your perspectives. I would love to start reading comments. You know what? I'm going to pose a question for you guys. My question is, what is one question that you would ask a Shaolin monk if you ever got the chance to meet them? Please comment that in the comment section below, and we will address them next week. We already know your question.
Oh, I was just going to also... Can I also give